Hi everyone, Scorp here. Continuing this Duelist the Roses all cards mod playthrough where we are playing insects and playing to be as broken as possible. I just finished up our reincarnation. So what I'm gonna do is I need to put in a couple last cards. So I want to put in like some passwords and then put in a couple more cards. So we're gonna put in a couple passwords real quick. I think I'll go ahead and pause, put in 5 passwords, show you guys them, and then I'll be right back and put in the 6th with you guys. Okay, so I put in these 5 cards real quick. Passwords: Goblin Fan, Tears, Dark Fishing Light, Heavy Storm, Ancient Tree. I'm gonna put in one more password here. You'll see that our deck cost is a little bit too high, so we might have to make our deck a little bit weaker a couple times here as we go through, but we should be in a pretty good spot. So I put in Curse Breaker for the last one just to keep the deck cost down. This deck should be in a pretty good spot. There are a couple cards that definitely could go. But for right now, I mean, this is pretty much as good as we're going to get to start the game. We'll be going for Eye Armors, Green Kappas, Jowls as we do reincarnations, so we will eventually get our deck to be even stronger. I didn't put the password in for the Green Kappa. I definitely could have. There's a couple other really broken cards I could put passwords in for, too. Okay. Fortunately for us, this guy doesn't really play any traps that I care about, so, Ancient Tree can go away, which is nice. Ancient Tree is really a card for later matchups. So I'm just going to discard it. Actually, I'm going to put a Tears here. Next turn, I'll play the Jiraiya top left and push it forward. Sparks does not matter. That would have been fun last turn, but not very necessary for a card. 3200 Jiraiya beats every single card in his deck. It is actually impossible for dinosaurs to ever get over that card. Unless they use traps on it, which he doesn't have, so that Jiraiya literally solos him. Play another one of these. We're not drawing like Arsenal Bugs, which is kind of sad, but it's fine. We'll get there. Yeah, attacking the Jiraiya is a bad idea. One very scary spider. We also, unfortunately, haven't drawn an Arsenal Bug, which is a little unfortunate, but at the same time, not unexpected. Our larva is going to go off, and our pupa this turn. So I'm going to move this forward, move this up, and equip this. And we'll face up defense with Pupa. It's going to get attacked, and the Tears of the Mermaid's going to trigger. Yet no. Sometimes things just work out perfectly. There's the Gorgon's Eye, not a card I actually need, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna see if he's at 3,500, he'll probably attack this still. Oh wow, he equipped something on the field. I'm impressed. Unfortunately for him, he's just kind of dead. Putting a creature in defense that's way stronger than your opponent can be a good way to increase the amount of damage you do to them. There's nothing in these slots I really am looking for. Maybe a 3 in a row would be nice. That is not a 3 in a row. That is nothing. Oh well. More reincarnation fodder at around 18 deck cost would be nice too. 18 to 25, somewhere around there. Right now, preferably monsters. I'm really looking for monsters, so yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do another reincarnation. There's gonna be a lot of this in this playthrough since reincarnations are given so frequently in this, so be right back. Well, I think we got one of the most ridiculous reincarnations I've ever seen. Like, you just get a whole bunch of bad reincarnations, and I got one that's actually good. So we're gonna take out, let's see, these Hercules beetles are really, no, I got rid of it. I did get rid of it. Okay, we're gonna put an eye armor and an invisible wire. Magician of Faith might be useful later when we actually grab some Monster Reborns. Oh, wow. Our deck cost is actually low enough to play Necromancer. It's nice that this mod, there's several of his cards that actually got increased in deck cost in this, like Wasteland and, I believe Dark Hole also got an increase, so... Which is good. I mean, there's no reason those cards needed to be as good as they were. Again, we're playing a Jiraiya with multiple equips. I mean, the game's already over. Card is actually invincible. There isn't a single zombie in the game that can beat a Jiraiya, basically. It's just an unfortunate reality that zombies have to play with. Zombies do not do well in this game against anyone that's playing anything remotely competent. Fortunately for most people that play this game casually and love to play zombies, the AI is not what we call competent. and their decks do not have the tools to actually deal with this. Goodbye. I do believe the hidden card is in that corner, if I remember right. I'd like to draw one of my arsenal books, though. This would be a whole lot easier. Sir? Larva of Moth is stronger than you. Sir? I don't necessarily want to kill him, but he's not really giving me a choice in the matter. I guess we just take off 1,500 life points. We just slowly build our our ultimate moth army. Okay. There we go. That was a bit of bullying, honestly. Although Dark Hole's an extremely good card, and we might end up putting it in the deck. It doesn't work perfectly in insects, because a lot of times insects really don't want to be putting or don't want to Dark Hole the field, because they usually are setting up cards. Usually they take like 2 turns to get their card set up, instead of like, you know, the instant power that like a Blue Eyes deck would have. Dark Hole's like incredibly strong, especially if you can set it for a turn and then play it to start your next turn. So we do need to do a reincarnation again. Seem to come up quite often. Nope, Dark Hole's still 80. But I'm gonna reincarnate this dragon zombie and be right back. Okay, we got ourselves another eye armor. I'm not being very particular about what I find. I'm literally just grabbing the first card that says it has good text on it. So, yeah, that was the first one. So, second eye armor obtained. Which is pretty lucky. Yeah, we just continue. There was a comment I want to talk about. Somebody asked for a Mask of Shine and Dark deck, and any recommendations, because they couldn't build a deck that was actually good. And I'm gonna be honest, Mask of Shine and Dark is awful. It's hard to really come up with a thing to tell you that you should do for a deck like that, because Mask of Shine and Dark is just not good. It's hard. It's like, well, Mask of Shine and Dark is a bad card. Oh wow, he played a trap forward? Weird. What is this AI up to? That might just go straight over this invisible wire. It didn't. Okay. Cursebreaker could actually be very useful in this matchup, so... Oh, nope, it's a cross clown. It's dead. Cool. Goodbye. Well, my cards have definitely taken out his monsters real quick. I need one good attack with this Arsenal Bug, and it's game over. There's the Royal Decree. Royal Decree is not really a card I want to put in my deck, but it is a good card if you're having issues with spells and traps. We're not going to have too many issues because I grabbed Heavy Storm, among other things. Yeah, we're not really playing fair here. Puggum's going to show me where all of his creatures are. He attacked another 5,000 attack creature. Yep, that was about what I expected. Although Arsenal Bug's effect never went off, which would have really ended the game, because converting all of the field into a forest is absolutely game-ending against this guy. Hey, we got a 3 in a row. The Guy of the Fierce Knight. Not particularly an amazing card, but in this mod, Blackluster Ritual's a 700-point equip, right? It's pretty good. Oh, time for another reincarnation. It's a lot harder to forget to do reincarnations in this mod, because you're doing them every duel. I'm gonna reincarnate Mushroom Man. Be right back. Okay, I just grabbed myself a Goblin Fan. This is just gonna get saved for later. I don't have a real need for it right now, but I will like it later. But what I do want to do is put in a password for a Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is a really good card in decks like this, and I believe we should have the deck cost to support a card like that at this point. And Monster Reborn goes more along the theme of playing insects than it does of just playing really strong cards, so... it will be a nice addition to the deck, so I can play more, or I will use more insects than I have been using lately. Because a lot of this deck is just going to turn into really broken cards like Eye Armors, Green Kappas, Jowls. I mean, this entire deck is just... here's good cards, the deck. Okay, I mean, we are still way below deck cost for most of these people, so... we might even be able to put in a Mimicat soon. I forget where this guy's hidden card is. Probably not going to matter because... we're probably going to kill him way before he even plays one. I just dropped the larva, right? Our deck's biggest problem is hyper aggro. And I'll be honest, Jowls and Eye Armor and that kind of stuff are really good deterrents to hyper aggro, because you play hyper aggro into those cards and you might just lose. Jowls being one of the most brutal cards to play against in the entire game. Also, Jiraigumo is a super brutal defender. If you have to go through a Jiraigumo, I pity you. Oh no, you destroyed my card! Oh wait, it's your card. And it's not going to go 1-for-1 because, unfortunately, Jowl's effect takes the timing of Blast Juggler, but that's okay. Oh yeah, it's Electromagnetic Bagworm. I can confidently say we aren't missing out. I don't really want a super slow card like Dogra right now. We have Keith very much on the back foot at this point. So... Gale Dogra doesn't really do much. And our mobs are finally mature, which is great timing for ending a duel. I do have to say that Earth is a really good type in this game, for cards to have, because there are very few things that are actually fire. Um, you've got fire dragons, which almost no one plays because, I mean, nobody really plays MBD. You have fire warriors, which, let's be honest, nobody's really wanting to play that. I don't see people lining up in the streets to play a whole bunch of flame swordsmans. And then, like, the other option is pyros, and nobody in this game actually plays pyros as the AI. Okay. So, I mean, Earth is just one of those things that just never gets stunned all the time, which is really, really convenient. And it has a good matchup against Wind, which is also good for us. So it's just a lot of goodness. I'm going to go ahead and reincarnate Stone Armadillo and then be right back. Okay, we finally got ourselves a green Kappa. I'll go ahead and put that in somehow. Probably over this Dogra. So we just continue to get stronger and stronger cards. We'll replace... There's not many cards we actually need to replace anymore. I mean, we're going to start replacing these traps. We have one Dogra left. I mean, we have 3 of these cards, which is disgusting. I mean, these cards are ridiculously strong. I could put in the password for another green Kappa if I wanted to, I guess. But I'm really looking for more Jowls. That's the card that I really care about, because it's the strongest of all 3 of those. Yeah. Our deck is super solid for only 840 deck cost, so we're in a good place. I think I'm going to call it here. I don't think we can get through Pegasus or Labyrinth Ruler super quickly, so see you guys tomorrow with both of them probably. So thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.